Yeah.
No.
Everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Building and Becoming Show. Allie Motz.
I am the host with the mostest.
Co-hosting
Hostess
today.
With the mostest.
The official co-host, part-time co-host
Part-time.
/ guest of the show, friend of the
This
show.
is my house.
Allie.
You are in my house.
Alexandria
This is
Motz.
my house. I allow you to operate down here.
Welcome to the broadcast. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. This is going to be a 25 minute hangout session with the Motzes. So if that's something you think, boy, that's been really missing from my life, this is going to be your freaking episode. Right, Al?
I concur.
Yeah. Want to catch everybody up on a few things?
No.
Okay, cool. So here's what I've had going on. I made a decision that I was going to finally go get certifications in the realm of certified personal training.
All the naysayers. What makes you qualified?
Why are you qualified? What's your credentials? And well, I don't know. I'm freaking 54 and in pretty good shape, and I study and I'm smart and I know how to do this stuff, but that's not good enough, and I can appreciate that. So now I'm going to be certified.
Mm-hmm. And multiple things.
Through ISSA, and my certification is going to be certified personal trainer with specialties in bodybuilding
And?
nutrition.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then in case someone decides to die, Jim will know how to do CPR.
Yeah, CPR. It's a requirement for these things. So I'm excited about it. I've jumped in fully and I'm pretty freaking jazzed.
So when we worked at our other jobs, okay, they had to come down there and all the salespeople had to get AED certified. That's what those things were that hung down there. And
the electrodes. I will be AED certified.
I know, that's what made me think of that.
Yeah, baby. Pretty cool,
I
huh?
Flinched when I was going to give you a high five.
You did. I don't know. You glitched out. So everybody, it's not your TV set. That was an actual glitch.
I had a moment.
So I'm excited about that. That's something cool we got going on. So stay tuned, and I'm excited to get more educated on that, not just to help other people, but for you and I too.
Yeah.
Bring that knowledge over to our gym.
I agree.
That'd be fun.
Is everyone getting their houses ready for summer? We are.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took out the big ladder yesterday, climbed on top. We rearranged some stuff.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I come upstairs yesterday, and Allie's on the top rung of a ladder, freaking working over her head. And she's just doesn't even care about, I'm just petrified looking at her. But yeah, so she's the height person. So Our home's almost interior wise is ready for spring and summer.
I have to do the second floor.
Oh, there's stuff up there?
Well, yeah.
Okay. So that's what we have going on a professional and personal basis.
Yep. We're going to do a lot of family time next week. It's spring break.
Excited about that. We're getting bikes.
You hold him accountable. You heard it here first. I've been on him that I want a bicycle. And I think it finally just happened.
So we're going to get bikes so we can go as a family and ride bikes at the trail and around the neighborhood and things.
I did have to tell Jim that it is not a competition. We're doing this for leisure.
Here's where the rub is a little bit for me. So first off, I'll win biking because it is a competition. You have a good chance of coming in second.
I'm just going to tell Arlie to wipe you out.
The other thing is, too, no knock on any shopping establishment, but Al's requirement is we have to get bikes at, are you ready? Walmart.
Because they're cheap. And if you guys know me so well, I hyper focus on one thing for like 3 months and then I'm done. So this is we don't want to go out and spend an arm and a leg on a bicycle that I'm going to ride for 3 months.
For those of you who want to know how hyperfixated Allie becomes on things and how quickly she comes off of these hyperfixations, please check out Facebook Marketplace for everything that we've purchased for her next hobby over the last 2.5 years. It's pretty much all for sale on there. In fact, we're delivering an item tonight. So yeah, thank you for the hobbies.
Yeah, I'm just a gal on the go.
Yep, gal on the go.
Constantly learning and adding to my resume. I can whip you up candles, make you some earrings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great resume.
I know how to make sourdough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all good.
I have a lot on my plate right now. I have to be very mindful.
Yeah, you do.
Of the stress that I allow in my life.
I understand, because we don't want too much pressure upon you.
I can't have it.
It'll boil over.
The world's problems are not mine.
That's exactly true. What a great line. Hi.
Oh, Ozzy.
Hey, Ozzy, what's going on? For those of you not on the audio platform, this is the cat that absolutely hates me and bites me and claws at me. That's why I'm not trying to touch her. This is Ozzy. So, hey, Ozzy, why don't you get down,
she's
baby?
She's going to jump on that. Rewind.
So-
Look at that.
So she ain't having it, right?
She's mad.
So she hates me. All right. So I
Oh, my God.
actually have a topic. And
Okay.
I know that we're on, you have a busy schedule. So I've got a time frame that you've given me, right?
Yes.
All right. So I did want to talk about something, and it stems from a post that I made on Instagram about a week or so ago. And I want to be careful how we discuss this today, because our hearts are, we never want to wound, but we do want to challenge. We want to call people out and call people up, and we want to at least get a conversation started and some dialogue and some thinking and some healthy debate on different subjects. And one thing that's been on my heart and my mind a lot lately is the idea of depression.
Yeah.
So I made a post, and it's just a cheesy picture of me in a tank top in the gym, just because I think it's funny. And then over top of that, the overlay reads, any doctor prescribing depression meds without addressing nutrition, training, and alcohol is guilty of malpractice. Boy, yeah, as you'd expect, people have opinions about a post like that, right?
Yeah. And a lot of it's the people who are overweight and taking antidepressants. They're really upset. How dare you say that you are not a medical professional?
So first off, let me say, you're right. Right. I'm not a medical professional, nor are you, but we're allowed to have opinions about these things. And I want to say a couple things that I believe are true. Depression is real.
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced
Bouts of it.
what I would even consider pretty severe bouts of depression.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I never considered that I needed to go get medicated for it.
Really?
I didn't. And part of that is because I approach life in general from a place of genuine skepticism about big pharma and big medicine. And what I know about depression is that it can take you down some anxiety-filled rabbit holes about being in your feelings and having an irrational fear of the worst possible case scenarios that could happen in your life that probably, if you could take a step back, probably won't.
Yeah. It's the fear of failure. And it's like magnified.
Another thing that happens is it's amazing how quickly, and this is my own experience with depression, how quickly you go to a place of such despair that, it's never going to get better. This is where it's at today. I can't even imagine this ever getting better. That's what leads people to the dark place of, do I want to go on?
Yeah. Other vices. Yeah. No, I agree.
I want to say this too. If there's anybody listening or watching that's at a place that's that dark where you're really contemplating, I don't know if I want to have another day, there is a number, and it's called 988.
The suicide hotline.
It's an important number. It's an important service. If you're uncomfortable speaking with somebody, you can text with them. Even trust me, these are people that care, that will help you, that will listen to you, and will provide you encouragement and help and point you in directions that can change the trajectory of your current situation. So I just want to throw that out there. It's important to know that that's a resource that you shouldn't ignore if you're at that place.
Right.
Now, I do think that there is a place for medication because there are chemical imbalances and things within the human body and human mind that can be addressed and improved through medication. But what I meant by my post was, if you're a medical doctor and somebody's coming to you and you diagnose them with depression, yet you're not willing to address, hey, Mr. Patient, how much alcohol do you consume? You can look at them and make a physical assessment of, are they grossly overweight? Do you exercise? Can we get a nutritional blueprint to give me an idea of what you're consuming in a typical week? How much water are you drinking? Can we talk about your sleep? The reason that all these things from a lifestyle perspective are important when it comes to discussing depression is they mess up the chemicals in your body. Those things I just mentioned have a huge impact on your hormonal balance.
Well, alcohol, for instance, you get that immediate high, like while you're drunk or drinking. And then the next morning, it's like you feel almost more like a failure. Why did I do that? I made a mistake. I took steps back. So you got a short-term gratification, but with instant or long-term consequences.
Yeah, it's exactly right, which is how most negative things in life work, right?
Yeah, because it spikes your blood sugar. Yeah. And when your blood sugar gets spiked, you get super happy, you've got all this energy, and then it immediately drops your blood sugar because you're dehydrated and everything on top of it. So you're going to your lows are going to seem a lot more extreme.
I'd like to live in a world where someone could have the courage to talk to a medical professional and say, this is how I feel. This is the darkness that I'm operating in. This is the anxiety and the fear that I'm struggling with. And I just don't see a path out. Can you help me? And that person can ask honest questions, make an honest assessment and say, let me ask you a few things. Do you ever get any real sunshine? Mm-hmm. Have you tried lifting weights? Have you gone on a high protein diet? Have you considered getting your blood work done? I think blood work, an exhaustive metabolic panel should be done before antidepressants are prescribed. Let's look at testosterone and estrogen and DHEA and your IGF-1 levels and how your thyroid's functioning. And all of these things are so important so we can get a real picture of what is causing this, because we're so quick to want to say, here's the problem, let's treat this. Is it the problem or is it a symptom of other problems?
Exactly. I agree. I think that'd be good if they would put that in there. The other thing that comes to my mind is kids getting put on medication. Like if they've got too much energy, then they must have ADHD. My mom from a very early age put me on medication. And the whole way that your body as a child has to come off that into adulthood is really hard. You don't know what it's doing to your body internally. But I think that's something that needs to be addressed is why are we putting children on medication? What side effects are they really or what behaviors are they really showing that warrants the numbing of our emotions? Because that's what it is. With the depression medicine that they put you on, it kind of just keeps you so your highs aren't super high and your lows aren't super low, so you don't feel anything. And that's not why do you want to walk through life numb? Yeah,
that's no life. One of the things so for the audience that might be here for the first time, I am a sober person, haven't done alcohol or drugs in over 20 years. And one of the reasons that I wanted to make that switch, I had a radical encounter with Christ. My life has never been the same since. Thank you, Jesus. One of the things that I tell people about why it's amazing to live this life is because I like feeling all the things.
Yeah,
I understand that I'm going to experience some freaking lows, and I've been through some stuff, right? Mm-hmm. We all have.
Yeah.
And I've had crazy victories and highs too. And I want to feel both ends of the spectrum on those things, because to me, that's real life. And one thing that's helped me manage anxiety, which I have struggled with in my life, because when I became a Christian and got sober, all my problems went away. No, they didn't. Right. I still struggled with those things. But what's helped me dramatically, especially in this last 3 years, is hitting the weight room, learning how to lift weights properly, getting my hormones done in line through having my blood work done, knowing how to eat and fuel properly.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Wow. Yeah, drinking a ton of water.
Even if people, I don't think, were to get their hormone levels tested, because it can be kind of expensive.
Yeah.
If they were just to drink water, eat food, and get sunlight, I think it would really, you can't be upset out in the sun. Yeah.
And how much does that really cost? Well, healthy foods or something. Come on, guys, invest a little bit in it. Okay.
Yeah. Anything that's going to be worth something to achieve costs something at the beginning.
It does.
I agree.
I just would like to see, first off, I don't want anybody to feel less than or condemned or judged if they're like, I have depression and I'm on medication and you just don't understand. No judgment. If that's working for you, I understand that it can be very scary.
Come off the medication.
Yeah, right. And I can understand that seems very scary to even explore. Would there be other options? But would you be willing to have a conversation with your medical professional and saying, hey, you know what? Could you refer me to a nutritionist? Because obviously I'm overweight and I need to get that in line and I just don't know how to eat. What is it? I can't afford a gym membership or a personal trainer. I don't know how to eat. I'm not sure what macros and micros look like and how would I even start lifting weights and how do you do it? I get that can be tough, but it's a talk you can have with your medical professional. And if nothing else, I want to throw this out there. I'm not selling you anything. If you reach out to us, we'll have a conversation with you and give you a rough helicopter view blueprint on how to implement a few things that I know will make you feel better. Not to substitute your doctor or your meds, but we'll do that for you because we care enough and it's free.
Can we also discuss how it becomes somebody's identity when they start, those medicines or what the doctor says becomes a crutch, when you want to live in that victimhood, which gives you almost in your mind a hall pass to behave or do whatever. What this also came to my mind is pregnancy is kind of the same thing for me, because when you get pregnant as a female, you're obviously going to look bigger. And so you almost rationalize that your eating can be whatever. You can put whatever in your body because you're just going to get fat anyways. And so I think when we take on things as our identity for a short period of time, we really go all into that. And so instead of going all into what we think our identity is, go into what it could be. Does that make sense?
It makes total sense.
This happened to me when I was younger, or these people don't like me, or I'm already stupid, I'm going to fail. You do all these things. It's negative self-talk. And what I've noticed is, for me, I refuse to be around those people. I can't. It pisses me off. I don't like you as a person. And sorry if that comes out cross, but if you live and pour me and everything happens to me, and my doctor said all of that stuff, you are not on my team. And that's, so my circle is small because of it. But I appreciate a whole bunch more. You pick yourself up by your bootstraps, stop relying on this stuff and figure it out.
Yeah, identity is a big deal. I'm glad you brought up that word because so many of us have our trauma card. And whenever we're challenged or whenever there's a deficiency in how we're operating our lives that might be pointed out to us, either by somebody else or by just comparison that naturally happens, what we do is we get in our purse or our wallet, we pull out, hey, here's my trauma card. Hey, maybe didn't you know this happened to me? 30 years ago, 50 years ago.
Yeah, sorry.
This happened to me. So I can't operate like you do. I can't go to the gym. My doctor told me not to get any sunshine, and he told me lifting weights is bad for me. You have a freaking drug dealer that your insurance is paying for if you have a doctor telling you that nonsense. Does this doctor want to push pills, or does he want you to be a well-rounded, healthy individual? That's what you have to ask yourself. There are wonderful doctors out there.
Yeah.
But like in any other profession, there are scumbag doctors out there who are only there to push medication. You'll walk in their office and be like, oh, what's the problem? Oh, you've been depressed? Here, where's my pad? Here you go. Take care. I'll see you in 6 weeks.
I hear some Zoloft or whatever. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like how it's more often or not, you'll walk into a room with 10 people and there'll be one person who is, living on the right path.
Yeah.
And not to say that if you're on medication, you're living on the wrong path. But I think if you're abusing it and using it as a crutch, and I'm not talking like abusing, like you're prescribed 1, you take 5.
Yeah.
But like where you allow yourself to just be sucked and this is just how it's going to be for the rest of my life, then no, you're abusing that, because like anything, it should be a crutch. This is
a bridge.
Yeah, there's the word, to get you over it. And then you along the lines, you start developing healthy coping mechanisms. Copenisms. But I don't get it. And I think that I love that this topic was presented today. And we got actually a little bit of, bite back on it. You were Jim's the bully and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
But it's the people, then good. Stay away. I don't want you a part of my circle, because all you're going to do is naysay. Yeah. Look at your own piece of paper.
Yeah.
Do that line down the middle and figure out, is this really helping me, or is my behavior just sabotaging me and setting me back?
Great word. Thank you. I want to also encourage the audience that we are people that are willing to meet you where you are if you have agreed that you're not going to sit there anymore. I did a Zoom training last night. Shout out building and becoming premium and VIP members, because we do several Zoom calls a week. We do cool trainings. Last night, we talked about pruning people from your life and not being yoked with unbelievers, so to speak, as the Bible says. But that was a whole nother involved talk. But one of the points that was brought up was I talked about fat people. Okay, so what's fat person mean? Well, the obvious answer you'd probably think is, well, it's just somebody that's carrying extra body fat and they're overweight and they're not healthy. And that's not the definition for me. That's the first part of it. But in order for me to refer to you as a fat person, you also have to have a mindset where you've agreed that you're going to do nothing about it. You're going to sit in it. You're going to use it as your identity and your victimhood. And you're going to be a naysayer and a negative Nelly to somebody who really wants to change their life. Now, if you're currently overweight and you're willing to make the changes and you're like, today's the last day I'm going to be in this shape and I'm going to start tomorrow and I'm going to eat better and I'm going to start exercising and I just need a little bit of help. Once you've made that switch in your mind, you're no longer a fat person. You're on your way to being healthy, so you don't fall into that category. So if you're struggling with your mental health, we want to help you work on that. We're not qualified to diagnose all of your depression. Sorry, I'm not trying to make light of it, but that was just Ozzy.
She's trying to jump on the counter.
I'm not trying to make light of anything that you're going through, because I've lived it and I've been there, and it's important and it's serious and it feels like the weight of the world is crushing you. There's hope for you. There's encouragement for you. There are people that understand, that will talk you through these things and provide you solid frameworks that even if you want to continue on the medication that you've been prescribed, if we could work to help you get healthier in a lot of other ways, what's the downside to that? At least don't sit on your couch and be like, I'm not going to do anything because I got these meds. Just like with diabetes medication, I've coached dudes who have told me I'm never going to get off this medication.
Yeah.
I'm a type 2 diabetic and that's just my lot in life. And I said, no, it's not. You've chosen to be diabetic. You can make a choice to come off. And you know how many of these people have come off these meds? It's astounding.
Well, and you were very clear. Type 2 is actions brought on by you.
They're lifestyle factors.
Yeah. Type 1, obviously, that's a different circumstance. So that there's not a blanket statement there.
That's
you were
right.
very clear when you said that. I agree. Just take 30 days. And whatever you're doing now that might be hindering your life, just stop for 30 days. You don't have to stop forever. Yeah. Just stop for today and then you reevaluate tomorrow.
Yeah, let's win the day. What we're talking about is there's two paths that I would encourage you to take for any significant life change. The first is, let's make an honest assessment of one or two things that need to be eliminated. And the second part of the process is, what might be one or two healthy, life-giving habits that can be added? So real change.
Addition by subtraction.
Boom. And subtraction as well. So it takes both.
Yeah, I agree. If just to look at that piece of paper and write down, these are all of my habits. This is where I spend my money. This is where I spend my free time. This is what time I get up. And if you were just to do the opposite, it would freaking change. It has to. You can't live one way and still operate, want to get up at 6 but be at the bars until 2. That doesn't happen. You can't do it.
I'm happy also for free to have you reach out and I'll do an assessment with you.
Well, and because the school community is free.
Yeah.
You have options to upgrade in there, but you have all of the stuff you can schedule that call. You can message Jim directly. There's all kinds of stuff that allows you to do. Even if you just want to join just to be kind of an observer briefly to see if it's for you, we really encourage that. We would love to get some fresh eyes, some fresh feedback in there.
We'll put the link to join school for free at the top of the show description for this episode. Also, it's on our social media. I post every day with links to come into school. And if you come in, like Allie said, there's no credit card and none of that nonsense, no 7-day free trial like we used to do back in the day. It's totally free to enter at the intro level. And if you want an honest assessment about some lifestyle changes you could make and what you're currently operating in, join for free and send me a message in the chat feature, because I'll send you a message right away, and then reply to it and say, hey, you know what? I'd love to take you up on this assessment I heard about on the podcast. I'll do that with you. We'll schedule a call. I'll ask you a handful of questions and I'll give you my honest feedback. One thing I'm never going to do is just butter you up and lie to you. I'll say, I see that if you made these adjustments, it could give you a lot of life.
Right.
This is a zero risk, zero loss possibility for you. And we would just love to have you reach out and do that. Now, there are deeper levels of coaching that are offered, and that's
premium and VIP.
Yeah, and those are super life-giving and important too. And it's a deeper level of elite discipleship. We're about helping people grow in their faith and in their fitness. We do it in a three-pronged way. Teach you how to pray and memorize and weaponize the Word of God. Yep. We teach you how to eat better. We teach you how to lift weights. Those are the three things we want to show you how to do. And then there's going to be some other cool things that are part of the process along the way.
Yeah, I agree.
Allie is a key part of that. And if you want to have Allie help you through those processes, I'm sure she's happy to do that as well. But that's my thoughts about the post. Those are my thoughts about some of the feedback that I've gotten, because people get really mad when you bring up depression, and rightfully so. But what are they mad about, and who are they mad at? And I would be willing to venture from reading a lot of the comments, it's not me.
No, it's themselves. It's the people who scream that their life is great, that they're peaceful and they're happy and all this stuff, are the ones that are secretly hating themselves on the inside. Well, not even very secretly, but they're trying to block the light and put it on somebody else. But it's those people, and as hidden as they may seem, it's very like, you're there, dude.
When you know what you're looking for, you can see the desperation, the anger, and the hate in these people who want to promote quote unquote peace.
I do have a story.
Oh, good.
So I've obviously been married before.
Same.
And like in 2020, I think, I joined a coaching program held by Emily Hayden. And I was at my heaviest that I'd ever been. And I felt a lot of sadness. Like, I remember doing because you have to go through an interview process with them to see if they're going to bring you on as a client. So I did my second call with them, and I just being like, I don't know what I'm good at. I would drive down the road sometimes and just wish that my car would like run into a different car. I hate my life. I ended up marrying a man who was what I wanted at the time that I met him. But as I matured and progressed as an adult and as a woman, we weren't on the same paths. And so I knew that I was shaping myself to be somebody that I wasn't, because I was sad, because I didn't know who I was. My identity was wrapped up in everything else. And I wanted to just go to sleep for a little bit is all that I could think about. And I would sit in my driveway and not want to come inside, because I'm like, this can't be it for me. Like, this is not life. And that coaching program that I signed up for, like a week later, I had told my ex-husband that I wanted a divorce, because I was like, I cannot stay and live this. And obviously I'm not telling you to divorce your husbands, but I'm just like, once you make that first step and you jump in with both feet, there's no option. You've cut that parachute, you've sent that boat away, and you're going to do it. But you just need to take that desperation and that feeling of not good enough, and maybe even wanting to just go to sleep forever, and turn it into something positive, to understand that inside of the person that you are today, there's another person, and they're screaming to be let out, to find hope again, to feel what love's like. And I think that it's okay for you to not know who you are or what you bring or anything, as long as you know that one day this could change, that there's hope in there. You just have to believe just a little bit in yourself and to just take the steps. And because there are people, those people, I do believe, if I wouldn't have signed up for that coaching company, there's a chance that I would still be married to that person. There's a chance that I would still be overweight. There's a chance that my drinking would have gotten way more out of control. But because of that person that gave me a hand and was like, it's okay, I'm going to come along with you, it changed everything for me. And that's what this coaching program is. And I feel like it is a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are that one person in their sphere of people that are trying to do something different, or maybe they don't have any family, or the family they do have is toxic, or whatever. Let us be that hand that kind of walks with you and holds it. And it's like, dude, it's okay. I got you. We're going to do it together. And you're going to have bad days and you're going to have good days. But what you're going to do is you're going to figure out how to cope on the bad. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's when I think about how this coaching company how this coaching program could help. I feel like it's hope. It's hope that's presented for free. It's hope that's presented where you get to meet other people who are on the same journey as you and know that what you're feeling on days suck. and they're going to tell you that it sucks, but they're there and you get it for free.
One of the scriptures that's been on my heart lately that I believe relates very directly to what we do with our Building and Becoming podcast, Building and Becoming school community, the coaching and discipleship program. That scripture reads, "Let us not give up meeting together, but let us be mutually encouraged by each other's faith."
Yes. Yeah.
We are here to mutually encourage you. As you come in and share with us, and as you're growing, we grow. When we encourage you, it encourages us, and vice versa. And that's how life is meant to be done. This is real life. And what you just shared is moving because of how true it is. And even more than that, how relatable it is. Because there's a lot of people that only know the Allie of the last few months, or they just started following your social media, or they joined Building and Becoming and they listen to you on Zoom calls and watch your posts, and that's all they know of you. And you're just this savage, and you've got life all figured out, and you're in shape, and you're beautiful, and all of the great mom, and all these things, which you are. But the pain and the journey that you walked through to get to here.
Yeah, it was hard. Well, I think that one of the things that I really struggled with for a while was I drank entirely too much when I was parenting. It's what I was always around. And so it just became normal. Birthday parties, you get drunk, even if it's for your kid. You go to the pumpkin patch, you get drunk, and it was just those things that I don't remember. And I have a little bit of, I don't like to use the word guilt, but that is an instance where I feel some guilt. But every day I'm walking out differently. But because I don't remember a lot of those moments when Arlie was super little and we'd go out and do stuff together, because my main focus wasn't being a mom. It was being an adult who happened to have a kid. And today I am super present in all those moments. We go out and I can be a kid, and I'm not being playful because I'm drunk, and being playful because I want a relationship with my child. And it's that stuff that keeps me going. It's surrounding myself with people who think it's weird and not normal and awful to get drunk at a kid's birthday party or to get drunk at whatever you're at. And that's my standard today, is because I've eliminated those other people. And that's it. I guess I could just continue to go on the tangent about it, but yeah.
Good. Let's finish up with, I want to make a point about, because what you're talking about is pruning. Mm-hmm. And the point I want to make is, you guys know that when you're pruning bushes or trees.
I think the cats just turned the volume up on the TV super loud.
They did too. That both put us back on our heels a little bit. But I'll finish up with this. You don't prune a tree because you hate it. You prune a tree
because you love it.
Because you love it, and it's required for growth.
Yeah.
We don't prune people out of our lives because we hate them. The pruning has to happen because we know that's necessary for our growth. Yeah. So from an addition and subtraction perspective, I want you guys to do an audit on some behaviors and some people in your life that might be leading to what's gotten you feeling in a depressed state or less than you were destined to live. And then I want you to consider an addition. And that addition is coming in and joining Allie and I and a bunch of other people that are going to mutually encourage you every single day. And it's going to change your life. And it's a mouse click away, and it's about 60 seconds to get signed up. And you'll immediately be in a community that's going to welcome you, engage with you, and start helping you be on a trajectory towards the best life that you could ever imagine.
Yep. Yeah.
Good place to end.
That was a great show. Have a good day.
Appreciate you guys. Later.